This building that we're in, this is the U.S. Army Armor and Cavalry Collection Train Support Facility. It houses the historic artifact collection that is used for teaching the United States Army Armor School. In this building alone, there are 200 pieces of historic armor from literally as World War I is introducing the tank all the way to vehicles to today. And this is used to teach American soldiers as well as support research and development initiatives in the U.S. Army.
I'm most proud, I guess, of the Italian 1441 Carro Armato. Showed up here and sat outside for way too long, for decades, you know, and of course with all the problems that brings, but we brought it back. These are, you know, replica sandbags, and they did that to beef up their front armor. This is just more protection for the crew. It's a combat veteran. It was brought back from North Africa, fought in the Second Battle of El Alamein, was abandoned. It's unique. There's not another one in the United States. So, and very few in the world. And you can see the bottom of these were gone. There was no bottom to them at all. Our fabrication specialist fabricated bottoms of them to the point that it's very hard to tell that he did it.
So we don't just talk about tanks, we talk about what kills tanks. So you see there's a lot of anti-tank guns, there's rocket launchers in some places, because we also talk about the threats on the battlefield. The helicopter gunship, obviously a very, very, very viable threat. In fact, Mr. Barlow, restoration specialist, he was a cavalry scout. I was a cavalry scout on the ground, he was a cavalry scout in the air in the 80s.
This is an American light tank, an M3A3 Stuart from World War II. And we've been working on it now for about, probably since early fall, late summer, early fall. And we're hoping to move toward completion here. We're about 75% right now.
Sunday we might be just working, like I said, on a rank insignia from the horse cavalry days, and then other days we are with a sledgehammer banging on a tank trying to get a part to come off or something, which is interesting because most museums you think white gloves, very fragile, in some cases, and then there's other times it's unfortunately we can't be fragile.
You want to restore something that's going to be around for a long time. You know, you want to leave something behind. So, you know, you do these things, you do them the best you can, and you hope that people take away something from it.
It comes over here, it can be put on display, it's now going to live the quiet life. And it's great because now it's useful for teaching, for carrying information forward. Every tank in here, I can give you a reason about why it needs to be in here. They're all history lessons because at some point somebody did something great on the battlefield and we said, that's a great idea, we need to write that down. There's also times, unfortunately, we don't make the right choices, and that's what we call a lesson learned, which is don't do this, don't repeat history. And a lot of times that's paid with blood. You know, the German vehicles we have in here, and some of the foreign vehicles we have, you know, I always tell people, these were not paid. We did not buy these from other countries to put on display. They were paid with, in many cases, American blood so that they could come back so we could learn how to beat them on the battlefield.